Well, what a glorious day. We're jamming to the intro tune. Jamie Jensen, how you doing this fine day?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I think people are going to understand that when you and I aren't in the same room, that you and I are both juggling too many things, and
That is true.
it's nothing we've actually said out loud, but um, we are both doing good, but we're both what? Oh God, is it Tuesday? Is it quarter to five? Oh, we haven't. We're okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna tape today. We're gonna tape.
A quarter to five. Sometimes it's like 2 minutes to five. Hey, what are you doing? Are we doing this? Yeah.
Yeah, we doing this?
So,
What do you mean you're in the shower? I got it.
yeah.
We're not gonna do another bubble show.
I'll be right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
No.
So good to see you today in this spring weather and how good we're doing. It's just you feel it, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the end of March. I can't even believe that
Yeah.
it's like truly the end of March. And
Yes.
I'm super proud of myself that this weekend
Yes.
baseball schedules went out
Oh,
bef-
look at that! The Mariners are going to
before
win
the
the Super
season even
Bowl.
starts.
That's
Some people may receive them before the season starts on Thursday.
oh, that's great, Jamie. That just it's little things that we get done. Um, and end of March to me means my double plum is in full bloom,
Oh,
and it's mom's birthday, and I see that it was her favorite to see all those blossoms, and I get to think about mom, and it's just her way of she loves sunshine more than anything, and those blossoms mean sunshine. So
oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I went to lunch with mom on Sunday and
ah
driving around Silverdale with all the cherry blossoms in bloom and
yes,
apple blossoms in bloom, and it's just so beautiful. And then the Daffodil Festival was
oh
this
my
weekend
goodness.
too, and yeah, so everything is blooming. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, everybody needs to drive to the entrance into Bremerton along the shipyard, along the water there, and see the myriad of Japanese cherry trees that were gifts to the city of Bremerton from our sister city in Japan. So, yeah, it just this is I'm in. This means golf too, blossoms and sunshine and
Right.
yeah, everything about this I'm digging here right now, Jamie. Jamie.
Bring it all on. Yep. Nope. Good times ahead. So I'm super excited for that and for warm temperatures. Mom reminded me that it was over 100 degrees in Arizona, and I'm like, well, it's gonna be 60 later in the week. So
Yeah,
that's,
that's awesome.
we
Yeah,
we take what we can get. So
we are going to
hey,
take what we can get, and today we even get a guest. Did you know that?
yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Here, let me
Yeah.
let me invite him out of the green
Let's
room. He's
let's
got to
let's get him in and let me
put the
talk about
M&Ms
this guy a little
down.
bit. Yeah, we've got a young man that I first met back in the late '80s, early '90s.
Young
The
man.
first, yeah, I'm gonna. Yes,
Back
if
then,
you're a young man, then I get to be a younger man. I
There
guess
you go.
the way
Okay.
that works. But I'm going to say it this way: he's easily the most talented person I know, both musically, artistically, with his being able to build just about anything. He does music, he does comedy, he does stand up, he does improv, he does interaction. He has a guest at most of his shows named Giuseppe, who he built himself. And long story short, he started it all off in Montana with the Montana Children's.
Missoula Children's Theater.
There we go. The Missoula.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it right. Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eric Haynes. Eric, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. Like you said, the boys is chirping. The buds are popping, so everything is looking good out here.
Oh, that's the way it's. Yeah, the buds are popping. I'm digging everything about this. And long story short, back in the '90s and stuff, I think I had you doing upwards of 20 to 30 gigs for me a year, but then your calendar has changed so much through the years that if I can get you once every 18 months to 24, because you now have like that 2, 3, 4 year calendar where you're booked out at different things across America and stuff. How's it going in your world where you're traveling all the time now?
Oh, it's pretty good. I'm happy to be home. I don't spend as much time at home as I would like to these days, but yeah, I travel all over the place. Usually spend January, at least portion of January down in Florida, and then do shows. I just did one in California, and I'll be back in California at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, and I'll be in Ohio and a bunch of other states. So it's a lot. It's very busy, but you phrased it wrong. It's not. You have to say back in the 1900s, I used to be able to book you more easily.
Yeah, give me the radio voice version of it.
Back in the 1900s, Eric Haynes was very popular around Bremerton.
Oh my goodness!
These days, of course, his schedule has gotten so busy, spinning his wax cylinders and trying to find gramophones that people can listen to him on.
Well, Jamie, you're catching a little bit about how his mind works right there. Hey, take me back. Take me back to the Missoula Children's Theater and stuff, and how that all began, and what type of performances were you doing that gave you as many characters as you have today?
Well, for MCT, that was sort of a separate thing. Okay, so I started as a juggler. I taught myself to juggle, and then somebody paid me $10 to juggle for a kid's birthday party, and I didn't have to shovel snow or mow a lawn. So I just kept on adding on. So the whole act is sort of like a dirty snowball. It just kept on building that way. And I kept on performing, and I would, get paid to do it. And of course, you got to remember my dad was a tax attorney. So his son being a juggler was not really on his radar. So I think any parent, though, if you look at it the right way, then any parent who is worried that their child may be destitute juggling on a street corner is probably has some legitimate concerns. So went to college, did performing arts, and then just kept on working. I was doing shows all the time. I worked for a ballet company in Missoula named Garden City Ballet and did shows there. But I was always doing live shows, and comedy was always a part of it. Then me and Kim, I worked for Missoula Children's Theater for a year, and that's a deal where you go into town on a Monday, you cast 50 local kids. You have a truck that has everything in it, costumes, props, the background music and everything. And then in 1 week, you put up the entire show. So all of the lines and songs and everything are memorized for the kids. And it's sort of like an instant arts experience. You add water and the kids are right there. And this, it often goes to places where there's a huge contrast. Sometimes you go to places where there is no arts program at all. So this is the arts program that the kid's going to get. There's places that MCT goes to where you fly into Alaska, into the village, and everybody in the village is in the show because that's the entire amount of people there. So when they're not on stage, they're watching. Ultimately, did a show in Chicago where we had 350 kids show up for the audition, and a lot of them were handing us their movie resumes. So, and then you have to narrow it down in 1 2-hour block of the audition process, from that to 50 kids that are going to be in the show.
Unbelievable.
So it's a huge wide range. It's the largest children's theater in the world because when I toured for it, they had 10 tour teams on the road, and that would be a 9-month contract. And then you also had summer programs. Usually the tour in the summer was about half the number of teams, but now they're up to like 50 teams that are on the road year round. So it's turned into a massive organization, and they go all over the place. They go to Guam, the Pacific Rim. They've got shows everywhere. It's usually based on fairy tales. Shows are 45 to an hour. It was a great program. And once you do that, once you see the miracle happen of kids being able to do their thing, and there's very little room for stage fright when you've learned everything by rote and it's just been hammered in. And it's just like, no, you go here, you do this. So they're not doing a lot of character development work or anything like that.
Right.
But like I said, for something that only lasts a week, and you do school assembly programs in the schools on different topics, then you get a chance to give kids an arts experience that they wouldn't otherwise have. So it's a great program. It's still going on. They took over a grade school that had been shut down, and they took it over and revamped it, have a state-of-the-art theater and everything in there in Missoula. And they do big shows in Missoula. So if you want to see a full-on musical of, Hello Dolly or Guys and Dolls or anything else like that, they have an entire season that they do locally there. And then the children's theater is an entire separate branch where it's a whole business that goes out. Great
no
program.
idea.
I cannot recommend it enough. And they go all over the place. We toured all through Washington, Oregon, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and then we went up into Canada. So the average MCT team does about 10 states and 3 Canadian provinces, say. So it's a pretty amazing program.
That's
pretty cool.
Incredible. Yeah. Wow.
But that's not where I get characters from. I get characters from the ADD. So
what part of Montana is the ADD?
The ADD is widespread in Montana.
and everywhere else, just for the record. So
yeah, I used to just joke about that, but the more I look at the videos on the thing, it's like, oh no, this explains my entire childhood.
And adult life.
And adult life, yeah, especially adult life.
And so I saw your promotional photo, and it's you with like a banjo or something. Is that?
And everything else.
Yeah. Well, again, the ADD and the OCD, when they get together and they have a baby, that turns into what looks like a one-man band. So that's when people look at it, they usually think of the Dick Van Dyke character on Mary Poppins. And I actually had a chance. This was a big opportunity that kind of came up late, a bucket list item. I actually had a friend who used to work a lot at Dick Van Dyke's house. And so he called me and he said, hey, Dick Van Dyke, it'd be great if you could come down here for his 100th birthday. And so we tried to get things together. It was kind of squishy as far as details. And finally, I said, you know what? I'm not sure how this is coming together. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to fly down there, and if I need to, I'll just set up on a street corner and play like a busker, just so that I could be part of the celebration, because he was such a huge influence in my life. And my friend Todd said, well, I tell you what, you come down here and I'll tell you where to go and everything. I'll introduce you to Arlene. That's Dick's wife. And so I went down and I played in an event where they were doing a flash mob, where they were doing a dance to a medley of things from Mary Poppins. Wow. And she got a chance to see me, and she invited me up to the house. And so I was actually at Dick Van Dyke's house for his 100th birthday party, and got a chance to play my one-man band for Dick Van Dyke. So
how amazing on his 100th birthday. How amazing is that?
Yeah. Yeah. So that was sort of mind-blowing.
That's bucket list stuff.
That totally is.
Oh man. And Jamie, he built everything you see in that picture, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. That's incredible. No,
you can't buy that equipment on Amazon. He put that all together.
Well, I've got a few at Walmart, but you just got to know what right aisle to go down to find them.
Yeah. Well, you're going to create a whole new generation of musicians with experiences. So what was that like? So, when you said she called me up to the house, it kind of was reminiscent about the comedians on Johnny Carson, right? You get called over to the desk. So, that's how you succeeded, but not even that. What was that moment like when it's like, holy smokes, I'm going to Dick Van Dyke's house to see Dick Van Dyke and perform for him? So what goes through your mind when that happens?
My nervous system is shot. So it goes through my mind. No, it was a lot of things go through your mind. But anytime you're in a high stress situation and you think that, well, I think the good Lord has put me here for a purpose. And so when things, when I have something that's an opportunity, whether it's turns out well or turns out poorly, I always think, well, I'm supposed to be here. I'll learn a lesson from this, if nothing else. And so it's really a great thing to do. This last year was an up and down thing. We had 2 dogs that died in November, a week and a half apart. And
Uh,
then my grandchild was born, first grandchild was born. So that's a super high thing. And I was doing these showcases for the fair industry, and I got a showcase and got some fairs immediately. And then, had to do a call in over FaceTime to say goodbye to my dog, the second one. Just ups and downs, and then getting a call to do Dick Van Dyke's, and then my dad got sick, so I had to fly over there and come back out here. So it's been a really up and down thing, but yeah, seeing Dick Van Dyke's, just being able to meet him for real was an amazing thing. And Arlene's just a wonderful woman, just great.
That's even better.
Can't say enough good things about her.
That's great.
Very cool. Yeah, one of those core memories of a lifetime, right? It's like, this. How do you top that? Except playing with Chris at the Admiral Theater.
There you go. You top that by playing at the Admiral Theater with the great Chris.
Yeah, it's and I'm just going to throw this out because we totally this show is about positivity, getting involved in the community, getting involved with nonprofits, doing a bunch, and you've done so many fundraisers for me through the years. So for me, with the life lesson of some part of succeeding is actually showing up, and the courage and conviction you took to say, okay, I know if I get there that this is what they're going to want, but they can't wrap their head around some logistications. So you took that all away from them by actually being there and putting on a pre-show for the show. And that's for the kids of tomorrow, to believing in yourself and your talents, and then showing up. I'll forever love you plus 3 days for just, the stressors of the courage of conviction. So I love you for that, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it truly is. I mean, that really is. It's so much about, and I was having a conversation with some friends about this too, that, we get so wrapped up in the fear. What if it doesn't work? What if I can't? What if what if I fail? What if whatever? What if you weren't afraid? What if you just went out and actually did it? And there's so much fear and negativity surrounding all of us right now that it's like, just put it aside, go live your life without fear, and just go do the thing. And maybe you'll show up at Dick Van Dyke's 100th birthday party, 101st birthday party, because the 100th one is too late. So, but how amazing
that's the one
when
that I
actually show up, right?
Yeah, the 101st is the one I'm really batting for now.
Yeah,
well, I'm cheering for you.
Yeah,
I'm cheering for both of you.
That is number one on the bio too, man. That is with a bullet, right? I mean, goodness sakes.
But Jamie, I think you've hit a point. Is a lot of times people will say they want to do something, or I think COVID taught us a lot of lessons, because during COVID you had all these people going, well, if I only had time, I would have written that novel, or if I only had time, I would have. And then people got locked in their houses and they realized, oh, wait a second, I'm still not going to do this, even though I have nothing but time in the entire world. And then there was other people who set some stuff up. I took the opportunity to set up a website for my artwork. I took the opportunity to build a bandwagon that I've been kind of messing around with for 5 years, collecting parts and sawing, wheelchairs apart and attaching them to different bicycle things, and throwing the whole thing away because it didn't work. So I finally got a working model, right? And that was one of the benefits of having time. But
speak of your artwork, you did a picture a day for a year.
Yeah, it's 2014.
And we're not just talking a doodle, Jamie. This is full color pencil art, pens, and you did it still to this day. My lovely bride, and it's here at the house in her office. From memory, you did a drawing of our puppy Coco Bear. And we love it forever plus 3 days. I mean, you see in her eyes that little girl is smiling at us, and you captured it. And so, but some of the steampunk stuff you drew, and some of the stuff, definitely some ADD You ate jalapenos, peanut butter, and pepperoni pizza with a chocolate shake, and then you dreamt this stuff up. I mean, it's some weird stuff, man.
Welcome to my world.
Ta-da!
If that was happening in the 70s, they would have blamed it on something else. But
no drugs for
No,
me.
never.
I get accused of that a lot.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, never. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's so cool. Well, let's talk about the Admiral Theater. Is that show this weekend?
It's this Friday night, and it's a rare thing for me to say, but it's something I should say a lot more often. His act is good from ages 8 to 80, and if you've got people that eventually want to be involved in the arts and theater and or just how to do a presentation at work or whatever, you should come see this show because it's going to travel through just about every different portion of what live entertainment is about, from stand-up comedy to musical comedy to improv, audience there's a word that I was going to say, but I don't have it right now. And then he has a co-host, Giuseppe, that comes out towards the end.
Yep, that's my inner person comes out at the end there. Giuseppe does. So yeah, well, it'll be a little bit of everything. I'll have flow charts. I'll have a PowerPoint presentation where I take you through the thought process into the various different. Okay, now here's how we arrive at a punchline. This was called the setup, and we'll do a little thing with we'll teach everybody how to make. I'm just messing around right now. But no, it'll be a full-on variety show. So I'll have all kinds of different stuff going on there. So there'll be some stand-up.
There'll be a test later.
Yeah, there'll be a quiz. You can't get out of the theater until you answer 10 questions about the show, but it'll be fun. And I'm hoping, I just did a couple shows for a program called 1 Degree of Separation for the military bases, and that's where 4 comedians go in and we do a presentation about mental health for the base.
Very
and
cool.
I'm hoping that some of the people that were at those shows on base, because we saw a lot of people would, if they get a chance, can get out and see this show as well, because they just saw a little snippet for each of the comedians that were there. So
yeah, that's wonderful. But again, from ages to 8 to 80, Jamie, this show is definitely good for, and there'll be more talent on that stage with one person than some stages with 1,000 performers on it.
And I'll be there too.
That's awesome.
Well, the last comedy show that I went to at the Admiral Theater, at the end of the show, Chris Larson was on the stage doing the hula. So I'm so sorry I'm going to miss this show because I can't imagine what could come of this.
I'll bring the skirt for you, buddy.
Yeah,
I got so much costuming. I'm sure I've got one out there.
I'm positive you do. And it was Michael Glatzmeyer, and he was doing a song that sounded doo-wop-ish, and so Jeff Frame and I go, come on. Jeff Frame looks at me, what do you mean, come on? I go, let's go be his backing singers and stuff. He's like, what? And so yeah, I forgot about that, Jamie. Thank you.
Yeah, I've known Michael since the 1900s as well, so that's nice that he was out there. Yeah,
he did a great job. It was a great show, him and Jeff Frame. And you're following it, and the show after you is Susan Rice and Art Krug. How's that sound?
Some heavy hitters.
Yeah. Hey,
Super
what
fun.
was it like doing Live Day with KISW? And where did you come up with that Warner Brothers / Led Zeppelin / Bugs and Roadrunner and Zeppelin thing, man?
Oh, well, that was just me messing around, figuring I needed something that was more metal for KSW. But no, they called me and they had me come in for a live thing. It was at the Emerald Queen, and I was one-man band. What was strange for me is that I had a really hard time hearing what was going on. There wasn't like a feed that would go into my ear or anything. So it was sort of like being in a cave. Right. So it's like, all right, do I do my cue here? So I did like a Irish accent for an ad that, and did it live, and did little snippets of songs and everything. And then I did my variation of a Led Zeppelin song, complete with yodeling. So, so if you come, I'll tell you what, if you come to the show in Bremerton at the Admiral Theater, I will do that. You will be able to hear that.
It is phenomenal. It is not to be missed. And I think of every Roadrunner episode when I hear it. It's just while listening to Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna be out of the country, but you guys are gonna have an amazing night. And
yes, we are.
So definitely, yeah, grab your tickets.
Yeah, so tickets are still available. Go to admiraltheater.org. It's this Friday night. I've got Eric Haynes and a person called the Great Chris, who's going to be part of the show. And I'm going to do something I haven't done since you opened up for me in Yakima sometime back in the early 90s. How's that sound?
Early, it was about 1910, I believe that was.
It's so... you're so right about this 1900s thing. And then there's this whole thing about what was mom and dad like in the 1990s. It's like, I don't even want to think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy. Well, it's going to be an amazing show, and I'm excited for both of you. And definitely go to admiraltheater.org, grab your tickets to those shows. Yeah, great. It's just great fun. It's an amazing venue. And so, yeah, just a super fun time. And I can't wait to see pictures and video clips from that event.
Yes, I can't wait for you, hanging out with you, breaking bread with you, catching up with you. And also, I can't wait because Tim Tubbs and his sound crew at the Admiral Theater, everybody is looking forward to Eric Haynes coming to town, but them, because they have to mic up every piece of equipment he's bringing in.
I'm easy. It's just 2 XLRs in. They'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm just saying, they shake their head. They look at everything. They look at your stuff, and they'll go, Chris Larson, what the hell are you doing to us, man?
It does cause a little fear usually to walk in there. Yep.
That's great.
Very cool. Well, you guys have an amazing weekend. And Eric, thanks so much for being here and sharing your stories. And I can't wait to have you on again next year to talk about the 101st birthday of
Dick
Van Dyke.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you got to do that too. Eric, I love you like a brother, and I can't wait to see you Friday night, my friend.
I will see you very soon.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Oh, I love that, man. Jamie, he is just awesome.
Super fun.
Oh, best days
You guys
ever.
are going to have an amazing time this weekend.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm excited to hear about it, and I'm sorry I'm going to miss it. And just lots more great stuff coming up.
That's even better. And I've got a guest for us next week with Susan Rice and Art Krug are going to come on the show. And I've got them coming up in about 2 weeks. But everybody go out there and do some good. Everything's blooming. Why aren't you? You know what I mean? If you felt like you're down a couple of steps, I'll take a step out the door, get involved in it, and join Jamie and I in some of our projects.
All right. Yeah. Nope. Super fun. Amazing. It's going to be an amazing spring, a super busy summer.
Oh,
and
boy.
So yeah, great stuff ahead. So can't wait. All right, my friend, have a fantastic night. And
I'm going to have a great night. Thanks for playing with me, and do some good out there, folks. Thanks for playing.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Jamie.